Fishing had always been my escape. Early mornings, coffee in hand, casting into the mirror-still water of my own lake. That's right, when I bought my property years ago, I didn't just buy the cabin. I bought the entire lake, legally registered in my name. The HOA next door hated that. They complained that my exclusive rights were selfish, that I should share the resource with the community. But I had posted signs everywhere: private property, no trespassing. Still, Karen, the HOA president, would rant at every meeting that my fishing boat was an eyesore and that it spoiled the neighborhood view. One Saturday morning, I woke up to a sight that made my stomach drop. The lake was gone. Well, not gone, but drained. The waterline had sunk so low that fish were flopping helplessly on the cracked mud. My dock sat 2 feet above dry dirt. My boat, beached like a stranded whale. I ran down and found the cause fast. A heavy-duty pump system hooked to industrial hoses, siphoning water out of the lake and into the HOA's storm drains. Standing there like it was her coronation day was Karen herself, arms crossed and smug. "Now," she sneered, "you don't have a lake to hog anymore. Consider it community land reclamation." Couldn't even find words. They hadn't just trespassed, they had committed environmental sabotage. So I did what they never expected. I called the State Environmental Agency, then the Department of Natural Resources. Then, because I had friends in the sheriff's office, I filed an official criminal complaint for theft, trespassing, and environmental destruction. Turns out, draining a private, registered body of water without permits is a serious crime. The fish that died? That was classified as mass wildlife destruction. The pump system? Rented using HOA funds, traceable straight back to Karen, who signed the contract. By the time investigators showed up, the evidence was undeniable. Hundreds of dead fish, a nearly dry lakebed, and a paper trail that screamed Karen's idea. When the sheriff's deputies cuffed her right there on the cracked mud, I'll never forget what she said. "This is ridiculous. I'm the HOA president. You can't arrest me." They could, and they did. The charges? Felony environmental damage, illegal use of HOA funds, trespassing, destruction of private property. The HOA tried to defend her, but when they realized their dues money had been used to rent the pumps and pay the workers, they turned on her faster than rats jumping off a sinking ship. Neighbors who once worshipped her started demanding refunds and filing civil suits. Meanwhile, the state approved an emergency restoration project for the lake. With the entire cost billed to the HOA, they had to pay hundreds of thousands to restore the ecosystem, restock the fish, and stabilize the shoreline. And Karen? She spent the next several months awaiting trial in county jail. The last I heard, she struck a plea deal but still ended up with a felony conviction and a mountain of fines she'll never dig herself out of. As for me, the state sent biologists to restock the lake with bass, trout, and catfish. They even upgraded my shoreline with erosion controls and better habitat. In other words, my lake came back healthier than ever, on the HOA's dime. Now, every morning I fish in peace, and sometimes, when I cast out into the rippling water, I think about Karen sitting in a cold courtroom, realizing that all of this could have been avoided if she just minded her own business. Because the truth is simple, she tried to drain my lake, and instead drained her freedom, her money, and her reputation.